It's the Friday after the developers direct as of recording this, and yeah. I'm excited for Xbox, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for the whole Xbox ecosystem and the games we're actually getting. But there's a particular game I'm actually really looking forward to, and that's Avowed. But that isn't what we're talking about today. We're talking about a certain game that we had no idea was going to be at this showcase a few days before it was announced. And the game I'm talking about is, of course, the game that everyone is talking about on the internet is the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck, guys. I'm gonna keep it real. I was disappointed at first it wasn't third person. When they started showing off the game of Indy actually fighting and stuff, I'm like, it's not third person. I don't know how I feel about that, you know? But then I kept on watching the actual footage of the game, kept on watching the footage of the developers and what they were talking about. And this hasn't happened to me in a while, where at first I'm disappointed for something, and in the next few minutes, it's a case of, oh no, this fucking rules. Men and women of culture, welcome back to Challenge Your Boy Senzu. Back at it again, back on another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Coming close to 100 subs. Hopefully we get to 100 subs very soon, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. But today, we're talking about Indiana Jones, baby. Like I said, disappointed at first, but then I quickly realized, right, looking at the Indiana Jones game, looking at how everything's going about, and then, you know, just going back to when I watched the Indiana Jones movies, because, I'm a 90s baby, don't get me wrong, so I'm not that old. But I watched Indiana Jones movies probably like the early 2000s because of my dad and my mom, who are big Indiana Jones fans. And going back to that time and actually just hearing the voice, obviously it's not Harrison Ford. It looks like Harrison Ford, but it's not Harrison Ford as the voice. It's obviously Troy Baker. Phenomenal. At first, I'm like, it's first person. But then the show kept on going, and I was like, oh no, this slaps. This fucking slaps. And then you know, the very first thing that really got me into the whole Indiana Jones thing. Look, I'm not telling you guys to be excited. I'm not telling you guys not to be excited. I'm not telling you guys to be hyped. But at the same time, there's no way I'm not going to be excited about an Indiana Jones game. It's impossible, especially when you're talking about Indiana Jones, the typical sun picturing down, you see a bunch of Nazis in front of you, because obviously it's clearly Nazis and it's an Indiana Jones game. So clearly you're fighting Nazis, and it doesn't take without a doubt that it's machine games. And we all know how they feel about Nazis. So picturing Indiana Jones, the sun comes down, the camera goes to the main bad guy. Hey, Jones. I'm bad at impressions. Don't take my impressions for word. But then you see Indy, and you get the whole feel. If there's anything I will give about this particular direct and this particular showing of Indiana Jones, it got the feel of Indiana Jones. It got the feel of feeling like Indiana Jones. I don't know how the game is going to play. I'm looking forward to the game, definitely, even though it's first person. But just the feel. We had combat. It's first person. We had, 1, 2, 1, 2. You had your whip. Obviously, you're going to use your whip. Use your whip to pee people in the ass. Use your whip to wipe people in the dick. Pause. But then, you also had, obviously, it doesn't go without saying that you're obviously going to have pauses in Indiana Jones game. It's without a doubt, so that's going to happen. And obviously, this game is going to be compared to the likes of Uncharted and the likes of Tomb Raider, even though those games are based on Indiana Jones, but they did it first in the gaming industry. So you're going to come across heavy criticism. You're going to come across heavy criticism, unfair criticism to the degree, because people are like, oh no, I wanted Indiana Jones to be third person. But it's not. It's not third person, it's first person. Third person with traversal and obviously the cutscenes. I understand that people, and this goes without saying, this also applied to me as well at first. I understand that we have a preconceived notion about how we want our adventure games to be, which is usually third person to see the full character model and to see the world from a third person perspective. I will admit, in some ways, it is more immersive as a third person game to actually see your character and everything. But when you're playing a game based on a character that already has a foundation, you already know who this character is, you know what he's about. I'm not going to criticize the devs for going with what they believe is the right choice, which is first person. It's machine games. It's a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I think they went with a good option of sticking to their guns, sticking to what they know as machine games, with the likes of Wolfenstein 1, Wolfenstein 2. I'm not talking about Youngblood. We don't talk about Youngblood. Youngblood was a disaster, but we don't talk about Youngblood. I do understand that people are going to be upset that it's not third person, and then rightfully so. If you go on social media, go on Twitter, for example, people are upset that it's not third person. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to actually being indie. I'm looking forward to actually, you know, dun 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 dun. Like, bro, like just hearing that theme song alone, just hearing that note alone was like, oh no, they have this, they got this. Which is what, to me, if there's anything critical to you being to me playing an Indiana Jones game, is I need the game to feel like an Indiana Jones game. I need it to feel like I'm indie. I need it to feel like I'm in this rundown temple trying to look for treasure to steal or whatever. You know, I need that. And then obviously we have my guy Tony Todd, Candyman, who is clearly going to be the bad guy. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to the OG. But that goes without saying. So yeah, what do you guys think about the Indiana Jones showing? We saw some gameplay. We saw about 3 minutes of gameplay. Don't get me wrong. We saw some gameplay. Obviously, Todd Howard is spearheading this game because it's Todd Howard and because it's Bethesda. You get the drill. It's part of the gig. Leave in the comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys think about the Indiana Jones game. I want to hear what your perspective is on third person over first person. I do understand people suffer from motion sickness, but at the same time, you get over it. The thing about motion sickness is, it's like playing VR, for example. At first you don't feel it, but then eventually it's like, oh no, I'm digging this. I'm good with this. I'm good with this, you know. But what do you guys think? Leave in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear from you guys soon. See you guys in the next video, which will be coming out probably next week, depending on how things goes. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.